Hey you guys, hey, welcome to week 2 of July, where we are talking about how to be happier, because who doesn't want to be happier? And we are building on what we did in month of June, where we talked about creating beauty. So last week we looked at our focus and we found out how our focus can really help create this baseline of happiness. It can really prime the well. Most of us don't just want to settle for focusing on our happiness. We would like to be even more happy, right? We would like to add on. That's what this week is going to be all about. So we're going from that internal to that external, just like we did in June. So what we're going to do is we're going to focus on how to add a little bit of happiness to our day every day to build on that baseline that we did last week. But there's a little trick to it, because there's a quote that says, the more you chase after happiness, the more it flees from you. That idea of like, I'm going to make myself be happier can be very triggering. We can be resistant, and it can feel like a goal that's sort of very ephemeral, right? It's in the air, but we can't really place it, and it puts a lot of pressure on us. So in the journal pages and the worksheet, I have a nifty little trick that works with lots of my clients, and I have no doubt it's going to work with you. What we're going to do is we're going to go back to a time when you were happy. In fact, let's look at some of the places, the times, the ages when you were happiest. You can pick one in a worksheet, or you can do all of them. And you're just going to look at what it was that you felt in those moments. And you're going to distill it down to some adjectives. And it will be different for everyone. And if you keep doing these exercises over and over, you will find that your idea of happiness and how it feels in your body is going to shift over time. And that's perfect. That's just what you want. So some answers I've heard. I had one client who told me it was all about being in her 20s and traveling and being in college. And she had all these new ideas and the world was fresh and new for her, right? So happiness for her, we could distill down to fresh, novel ideas, newness. It sounded like there was a sense of hope. And I remember her saying confident. So we could look at those 5 adjectives. Now, on the other hand, I had a client who said that he really felt happiest on the coast, and that was his happy place. And when he described how he felt in those moments, he said, relaxed. There's no worry. There's no rush. It's slow. I have plenty of time to just daydream. I have the ocean, right? So we can distill it down to those adjectives. Relaxed, slow, unrushed. We could even say the ocean. That might work as well. And then what you're going to do from there is I'm going to give you a list of categories that we use every day. You're going to recognize some of them from when we did the Creating Beauty in June, and a few others perhaps. I'll give you a few examples, but you're going to take some of those adjectives, like 1 or 2, and you're just going to brainstorm for all the different ways that you could add that particular adjective into your life in those categories. So the first person I talked about, she might say, for style, how can I add confidence to my style? That might be fun. Like maybe there's some pieces in my wardrobe that are really give me confidence. So I could wear my most confident pieces. Maybe the color red gives me confidence. I could wear red accessories. Maybe a red lipstick would give me confidence. On the other hand, she might talk about how can I have conversations that are confident. So I'm going to give you a wide range of categories, and you're just going to quickly brainstorm through them. And if they don't apply to your adjective, skip them. Okay? So the other person could say, how can I have a stress-free, relaxed style in my life? And maybe they're going to pick a uniform. They don't want to have to think and stress about what to wear and what's clean. So maybe they're just going to pick a uniform and they're going to wear exactly that same style and uniform every day. But also maybe they might choose the adjective ocean. Remember, that was one of them. Maybe they're going to wear colors of the ocean. Maybe under decor and surroundings, they're going to try to find a beautiful picture of the ocean to put up. Maybe during conversation, they might choose relaxed conversations, What are some topics that would give them that sense of relaxation? That's what we're going to do. And then you're just going to pick one category and you're going to work that category every day this week and just add one teeny tiny thing that gives you that adjective, right? If you are craving those things that you mentioned when you talked about where you were happiest, and if we're writing them down, they're almost always resonant with us, right? Then by just adding that in, right, you will naturally just wander into feeling happier. Much easier way to get to adding on happiness than trying to ask yourself every day, well, what would be a happy outfit? What would make me happiest? That's not really an answer that's going to give you much. You're going to struggle. I have watched clients do that a lot. But if you focus on your adjectives and you work that every day, you're going to have that satisfaction and that happiness. So I will give you the worksheets, and there's going to be new journal morning pages. They're going to be exactly the same, except on the bottom now, I'm going to ask you to commit. Like, what is your commitment? What are you going to be calmer in? What are you going to work on? And then I'm going to have you check in the afternoon and see if you did it at the end of the day or maybe the next morning, whatever works best for you. That is what our week is going to be. And like I said in the last video, we are slowing things down and just practicing what we learned in Creating Beauty, some of those skill sets, but this time with how to be happier. And so I will give you reminders and check in, but that is the lesson for this week. I cannot wait. It's going to be so fun. I know that you're going to love it. And yeah, I will see you throughout the week, and I will definitely see you next week. Have fun. Bye, you guys.